You really just pissed into Jar Jar's head. That sounded so scarily like pissing into a literal toilet. It's kind of awful.
You pissed pretty loud.
I think that's
kind of cool.
You frying chicken? Damn boy, you frying chicken in there? Seriously though, you pissed loud as fuck. I think that's pretty cool. That's one of my favorite things of all time. That woman, that woman doing like a Rouge voice and just saying anything is my favorite. I just need her to be the voice of Rouge, like in something.
I think that's pretty cool.
I think that's pretty cool.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
Yes. Holy shit.
Why are the women in Sonic like this?
I really don't know. It's not all the women. I mean, like, I'd say it depends on the iteration. I don't know if I'd call Amy like that in most iterations.
This girl has a blow-up doll of Sonic.
I don't know. Would you say that Sonic Boom Amy would have a blow-up doll of Sonic? Are you saying that she would?
Yes. The only, like, wholesome female in Sonic is, like, Cream, and no one remembers that she exists.
She's a literal child.
Yeah. She's like, I'm 5 years old. My best friend is a robot, because literally no one else likes me.
But she's got a hot mom. Hell yeah.
Hello, everyone. Howdy. And welcome. I am pleased to welcome you all to the Scooby-Doo podcast.
Oh, yes, we're back. It's been a while.
So, Darian asked me to choose a Scooby-Doo movie as he was doom scrolling. Mm-hmm. And I settled on forcing him to watch Franken Creepy. If you know, you know, guys. You're the real ones. So, Darian, what did you think of said movie?
It is the greatest piece of Scooby media I've ever consumed. The hypercut editing, the way all of the characters were written, fucking Velma's dress when she does the costume change. Holy fuck.
Hour 15 minutes.
Oh, it felt so much longer than that. Like, you say it was hour 15 minutes. It definitely felt
there was so much content.
There was. I felt like the end could have wrapped up a little tighter.
Yes.
You know,
yeah,
like...
That's a little flabby.
They really belabored a lot of the ending. But
yeah, I'm
not going to fault the movie for that. It is what it is. But start from the fucking start of the movie.
I remember...
We go.
The first time I watched that movie... The moment that Fred when he first takes them to the mystery machine and you get the supercut of them, like him opening the car door, everyone filing in, cutting to just the
spinning van
with the disco ball and him putting in the 8-track. I'm like, am I alive?
Am I watching the movie, or did my brain just like stroke this out, right?
Yeah.
Did I have a visual stroke of this movie? And the answer is yes, but also that's just the way it is.
Just like this. And I'm like, yes. Yes.
And they do it. They do
the
that
entire movie
so much. I love how consistent it is. Like, it would have sucked if they did it like 3 times or 4 times.
Oh, yeah, but no, that's just how that's how all the cutaway jokes are done.
It's
is
so
through that.
Good.
And it's like, and they just pack stupid jokes in there.
They do.
The scene where like Shaggy's like, "Oh, I'm actually not hungry,"
and it
does
showed all
the super cut of just like surprised expressions.
Yeah,
and then a fat lady singing.
When pigs fly, hell froze over. Like, it was crazy.
Like,
holy shit!
They're like, we can't choose one joke, so why not all of them?
Why not every single joke?
And I'm like, you know what? Yes, this is Scooby fucking Doo. We're allowed to do this.
Like I can't, thinking of any of What's New, anything of the What's New era.
Oh yeah,
nothing was that artistically divine. Like, that's how I would call this movie.
And the backgrounds were a thing of beauty.
They were so gorgeous.
God.
When you weren't distracted by the absolute batshit insanity that was going on.
Yeah.
You just looked at the movie. You're like, wow, this thing looks fucking awesome. It just looks good. Looks great. I'm so happy that we watched that. I'm also so sad. I'm afraid nothing's gonna live up to it. Do you, from the ones you can recall, does anything?
I think that one's like the most consistently, oh fuck yeah. But I think there are moments in other, like Stage Fright I think is a good one.
Okay.
But that one's a good one not for its like comedy and more its writing, because it really that's a movie that's like, here's your closure for the Daphne friendship.
Okay.
It is a movie meant to have closure for that.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. And there's also music in it. Like they sing and shit.
I like
it's kind
that.
of fun.
Hell yeah.
Legend of the Phantomsaurus, legendary. That smirk, you know the one. Oh. It's good. It's still good to this day. I love Camp Scare is like one of the most mid films you can watch, but it's so good at being mid that it's very respectable.
Maybe we should just stick to the 2010 to 20, like you said, 15, I think, 2015 era. Yeah. Maybe we'll just watch those first, and then maybe we'll watch a show.
I remember like Martian Mayhem being pretty decent. Yeah, that's a good amount. Well, like Happy Halloween is one of the weirdest films to watch.
Right.
With all the cameos in it.
You might have to figure out another way to see if we can watch it. Maybe it's on Prime or something like that. Maybe. Because it wasn't on Max with the rest of them. So
rude.
Very rude. How could they? But no. Overall, I'm so happy that we watched that.
Yeah.
Like, it just...
There are people that tell me there's no such thing as like a good Scooby-Doo movie other than Zombie Island, and I'm like, you are depriving yourself of like generations of media that are just solid.
It's the people that say that, Zombie Island and Witch's Ghost are probably the only two they've ever seen.
Oh, facts. They're not real ones.
No, and people only remember Witch's Ghost because of the Hex Girls.
Yeah,
that's it.
Because the movie's ass.
It's not a good one.
You know, it does have the really iconic scene of Velma going, "Help! I've fallen and can't get up."
Yeah.
It does have that. It does have that in it.
And truthfully, for both Zombie Island and Witch's Ghost, the sheer production on them,
they're good.
Absolutely gorgeous.
I do go back and watch those movies purely for the production value on them. They are gorgeous.
I'm not watching Zombie Island for the writing, you know?
No.
But like just visual, like I remember the first time I watched that movie, it blew my fucking mind because it just
it looks so good,
so pretty. It was really good. So
it's still the best looking Scooby-Doo thing to ever come out through sheer production value.
Yeah,
like it still holds up to this day.
It's been a long time since I've watched it. Maybe I'll give that a look at some point.
I sometimes go back and watch and go like, right, I thought a lot about the ferryman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he changes.
Oh, that's the part I was thinking. That's the design.
I see. Yes.
Yeah, that's the, I'm like, huh.
They do fucking good work with that one.
I see the remnants of this being a SWAT Cats movie.
Is SWAT Cats on anything? Is it on D+?
No, that was a Warner Brothers.
Oh shit, it was. Yeah,
it's the reason why it was the script for Zombie Island.
I see.
And it got canned, and they retooled it for
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked. This Scooby-Doo, the way they retooled it.
Yeah, it works well enough.
Yeah. I don't know if SWAT Cats is on anything. Maybe that's for the best, though. They know what they did back then. They're like, we cannot risk this happening again. Like, we can't do it. It's also why we're not getting the fucking the good Alvin and Chipmunks from the 90s cartoons anywhere.
Man, there's so much porn of T-Bone and Razor.
Are you surprised?
No.
Yeah. No. They were the stars.
They were.
There was like a girl cat in there, right?
Yeah, Callie Briggs. She's very popular as well in her own right.
In her own right, but yeah, I feel like she's not as popular.
She has more artwork just because, like...
She's a girl.
She's a girl.
Uh-huh.
But, like, they're... Yeah. People... I've always really liked Chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's only one episode where he wears a tank top. It's really sad. I didn't sift through the entire show
to find the one episode. Paused every second, frame by frame, taking screenshots.
It's fine. It's fine.
Is it fine?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so. So we're here with Murdoch, right?
Yeah. We're gonna hang out with the boys. The boys just arrived.
Oh,
You know? Gonna hang out with the boys. Suck a
I
little
hate
dick.
that show.
Suck a little cock. The boys?
Yeah?
Have you watched the boys?
No. You think I'm gonna watch a show like that? Nah.
I mean, you hate it. It's very strong.
Well, I say that because I know that'll rile people up.
Oh, true.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I haven't watched it, but I think what's his name? Is his name Homelander? I think he's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm my biggest exposure to him is people use a clip of him for. So there's these types of videos where people are like ranking something.
Yeah.
And they use different clips of different from like, you know, different videos across the
Yeah,
internet,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's usually consistently the same ones. And his is the one that's just it's perfect down to the last minute details. And that's like
That's it.
that's it.
That's
That's
the
the clip of him that I am only familiar with.
That's the Vine, everyone.
That's the one.
Yeah, we're
hanging,
doing things.
hanging with the boys.
Oh, once we get back inside, the first thing I hear is the booming shout from a door slightly ajar. Oh.
Murdoch.
It's his father's voice. And he glances at the hallway leading to the door, the other door first, then the door going downstairs. He skips a step when he hears the yell again. Then he sticks his head through the doorway. What?
We could use some help down here.
Mother says I need to deal with the guests.
They're grown men and can deal with themselves. Last winter's boxes are all screwed up and everything's in the wrong place. You been messing around down here?
No, Dad. I don't go into the cellar.
Well, if it's not you, then it was one of your sisters.
Is it really important right now?
If words come out of my mouth, they're important, you hear?
I like that. I like that at all.
It's pretty
I
good.
like that a lot. Yeah. Literal pearls of wisdom.
Now get your ass down here.
The hair on his tail sticks up when he looks at the doorway. He gives me a quick look. Now I'll catch up. What the hell am I supposed to do? Just let them talk. Talk about what? By the time I ask the question, his tail has slipped past the door. It's hard not to groan as I look at the corridor in front of me and shake my head. I hear more voices down the hall. The muscles on my neck tense up a little bit. I remember Holly mentioning over the dinner that Neil, whoever he is a congressman. I've never met anybody that important before. The closest I've ever gotten to talking to the mayor is talking to the mayor once. Hope I don't mess up and make him propose some crazy new law. Their voices get louder as I approach, but I don't want them to see me yet. Oh.
Oh.
What
This
What
is
is
such a
that?
nice CG.
Look at this man.
Can you just not have the fuck me eyes for 1 second, Jim?
No, it's Jim.
Like, can you just chill? I like him on the right. Yeah, I think he's so cute. He's a little cutie.
He's like, hey, how are you doing?
He's so cute. And also Mr. Big Tall Doggo Man.
Yeah.
What a handsome group of fellas.
Right? Why aren't they my party? Why do I have to get stuck with these women and Murdoch?
Hey, Ralph's there sometimes.
What about Ralph?
Ralph's okay. He's kind of cute.
Standards low.
You're so rude.
God, I don't know which of these two are talking. Whatever.
I don't either.
If you're standing around much longer, I'll have to look outside to make sure there aren't many people scraping their way across the desert in a lifeboat. The musical voice comes from a broad, stout cat who teeters on his feet as he talks.
Such is the way of things, poor Reuben.
I guess that's Reuben.
No, Reuben is the cat.
Reuben's the cat?
Yes.
Well, he said proud... What?
Yeah. The musical voice comes from a broad, stout cat.
Oh, okay.
The guy on the right, yeah.
Okay. So it goes.
He's so cute.
The marbled fox smirks.
I'm very familiar with how you like to be quick about things, but I thought medical school would have taught you some discipline by now.
The cat surprises me with a sudden burst of uproarious laughter. And that makes the tall, thin who I assume has to be Neil Snow.
He said, thin?
Thin?
Where?
Look at this neck. Andrew Garfield wishes his neck was this thick. He's got that length. He don't got that thickness.
Got that girth. No. Gotta have that girth, man. Sometimes that's more important, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Oh, that's so good. What, am I doing Neil?
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust this one with a scalpel until after he's 2 drinks in.
His voice is deep and grim.
Your fiancé has a lovely home, really.
Did he say little? My old house growing up used to be about the size of the foyer alone.
Pity. Seems like we're not going to see the rest of it.
The cat wipes his eyes and nods profusely. I know you said she runs a tight ship, but it feels more like we're stranded at the dock.
No, Reuben. You don't know the half of it. She's the captain, make no mistake. And what of the husband? Far more than her husband. Frankly, if I had to wager, I'd say he's not doing any of the thrusting in that bed. Holy shit.
A cheeky thing to say, considering that's going to be your position in a few days.
It sounds as if you fancied the image, poor Reuben.
Well, I think you could certainly use some humbling.
Just fuck him in the ass. It's called the old ball and chain for a reason, Jim. Tease all you like, but you'll both be sorry if you underestimate me.
Murdoch was right. They don't seem much like the type who need additional conversation. Works for me. We could just ask the fellow over there for some help. He looks like he's waiting for something to do. Wait. Is he talking about me? And they could use me they could see me this whole time?
They could use me this whole time?
Yeah. Sam, you're always amused.
I don't think that would be such a good idea. He's right, you know. If he had something to do, he would be doing it. If he's any good, I mean. Leave him be for now. He'll have his work cut out for him tonight at the party. And what does that mean exactly?
Yeah. What does that mean?
Let's see how our conversations go a few drinks in.
Oh.
Handsome.
Kind of cute. I exhale a breath of relief. Exhale a breath of relief when I hear Murdoch and Ralph chatting down the hall. Oh, hello. The fox walks up to take and shake each of the men's hands. You must be Neil, and you must be Reuben. I know you've both come a long way to be here.
I'm accustomed to traveling often.
I can say the same. Though, admittedly, the tumbleweeds are a change of pace. I suppose you wouldn't have those, but there's a bounciness to them that I admire. And we hear you're very bouncy.
Jesus.
All three of them laugh. Murdoch clears his throat and then nods. Ah, well, shall I fetch you any drinks?
Are they not being put to use?
Neil gestures to me, then to Ralph. Ah, the garden keeper is not present. But this is Sam, one of the stockers of the general store. I nod, deciding not to speak. And this is Ralph, who's my childhood friend.
Did you really think we were going to serve you a slice of sausage on a stick or something?
Why not?
Perhaps.
Where's my finger sandwich?
My hors d'oeuvres, if you will.
What are they? What are the normally the cucumber sandwiches?
Cucumber sandwiches.
Those always look so
with
unappetizing.
the cucumber water.
Oh god.
My sharp coochie board, please.
No. He glances over Ralph from bottom to top.
My mistake.
Murdoch gives Ralph a look that says, "Please don't without speaking it aloud." Okay.
Hold the drinks for now. There's plenty of them where we're going.
Agreed. Oh. The walk to the hip is whatever the opposite of an awkward silence is. The three men chat amongst themselves as tight as brothers. And they don't make any attempts to pause or ask Ralph or Murdoch or myself much of anything. I'm grateful for that for my sake alone. But when the doctor brings up astronomy or the congressman brings up film, I can tell the fox wants to join in. It sours me some. There's a small crowd hovering outside the hip, which tells me that the inside is going to be packed. When we step inside, I can see that I'm right. The hip is close to full for a weekday evening. Looks like the whole staff is on deck. They brought out the white linens and candles from the tables tonight.
Is Harlan actually here?
Harlan is talking fast with a crowd of men asking for drinks. Waitresses carrying hot bowls of sizzling dishes, scurrying back and forth to each end of the dining area, pushing trolleys full of shining containers. Hard to think this is the same place where I sleep day in and day out, considering what's going on. What's a stranger is the person walking up to me with a notebook in her hand. Oh. Good evening, gentlemen. Table for 5?
6.
She looks them over and stops at me with a slightly confused look on her face. I think she's staring at the suit I'm wearing. We're packed tightly tonight, but I can squeeze you all in somewhere.
We have a reservation.
She looks us all over again. I see. The wine and dine situation is first come, first serve. So it goes. I apologize for any misunderstandings. I presume you booked a room upstairs then?
Well, that was my intention.
Your surname?
Surname is Sterling.
Cynthia flips through the pages, the papers of her brow lifts a bit. I see. Easily done. You're a few hours before everything's ready. There's an open table by the window.
Let's be on our way then.
It's pretty clear that he's talking to just the new folks. Before you go, could I borrow him for a moment? Jim shrugs and gestures.
It's no business of mine.
I'll return him shortly.
Arms crossed, unhappy. I see. Always got something to say.
She's like, tisk, tisk, tisk.
Something to say.
Look what the cat dragged in. she do gotta be this way.
Would we love her if she was any other way though?
She's still trying to capture that she's the strong girl in the cast, and she is the weakest.
I mean, Blythe is there. Madame Dora's
She's
there.
losing to like a 14-year-old on TikTok.
It's true. But that's easy to do these days, for sure.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
We haven't seen Madame Dora in, like, this whole route.
Well, even she looks at this route and goes, I can't be bothered.
I must away.
Oh, begone, as she, like, glides away to William and Nick's route.
This is a Nick's route.
She pulls me into one of these staff washrooms. You look expensive. Are they gangsters? No. I don't actually know that. At least they aren't to my knowledge.
Hell yeah.
There's a wedding tomorrow. Oh. I love weddings. I don't think you'd care for this one. I'm assuming the groom is the one you didn't book for the smoke room? One? Wait. Cynthia, how many people am I booked for tonight? The note says 4 at once.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Holy fuck.
You can do that?
Like, actually?
Like for Sam?
Can't, like... I mean, who do you talk to book? Like, the madam?
Yeah, you can go there and be like, I would like to make a reservation for the smoke room.
Well, I guess if
Jim's
Jim's wealthy and so are his friends, if they pay him enough, like, well,
I guess.
we promise not to stretch him out too much. Damn. Holy shit, he's gonna have his work cut out for him. I'm
reeling a little bit. 4? Murdoch is barely keeping it together with one man. I don't know what 3 would do to him. I briefly find it funny that Ralph clearly wasn't paid for, but it's no surprise considering the direction that conversation would go. What a mess. Don't you mean a blessing? A 4 for 1 booking, just about quadrupled your rate for the night. The groom is involved. She tilts her head. Oh. So is somebody who I think won't want to be involved. I could take him for the night. He still has to pay me, of course. I don't think that idea works in this case. I'll bring it to him and let him decide. That's generally how these things get resolved. I nod and part ways with her, finding my way to Jim's table. Once I take my seat, the noise of the piano picks up. One of the waitresses brings up a flagon?
Mm-hmm.
Flagon of water in cups.
Not a flagon, but a flagon.
A flagon.
A flagon of water.
Flagon. Really now? No dinner reservations?
I suppose that's the countryside for you.
Jim whistles.
There's charm enough if you know where to look.
His eyes flick to me and to Murdoch for a moment.
See what I told you? He's whooped already.
Poor boy's gone local.
You acquire a bit of wanderlust when you choose to go outside. You should try it sometime when he's not stitching bodies together and he's not in an office thinking up new taxes to draft.
I touch a good deal of healthy bodies in the city. We have beds aplenty, and don't have to make do with hay bales.
Pardon my interruption, but I'm very curious. Has a single one of you been inside a barn in your life? Can't say I know the pleasure. My father owns a horse barn. So you've had to shovel shit and everything? That's what the staff is for. Right. So we can agree that you all have hands as smooth as a baby's bare cheek.
The cat snorts while sipping his water while Jim and Neil glance at one another, then back to the rattle.
Let's hear your background then. Whatever you'd like to know. What does a Southlander do spending his days tucked away in Emma County? Pharmacology.
Really now?
Reuben here might like the pill-pushing talk, but I hope we can change the subject. A funny job for a Southlander. Oh,
Little cat.
Yeah, she's stretching. Came out of her hidey hole.
Tisk tisk.
She's gonna lose her mind when I get rid of that couch. Where are you gonna hide then, bitch?
Oh, that's funny. Ralph swirls his glass.
Funny how? Surely a nation built from criminals has all sorts of uses for men in the pharmaceutical business. Too true. They teach us how to process and identify all substances known to man. And if you make enough friends like me, then you can recoup all the coke you need for your friends south of the border after Harrison anti-drug passed.
Don't worry, the game is getting there.
I do like this banter.
Connecting to the ether, you know.
To the ether.
Yeah. Neil, Cattle?
She just going ham on that tower. She goes crazy.
Okay. Neil chuffed and put his glass down at the table. Reuben was roaring with laughter. He's got you by the balls there.
I wasn't aware that the tabloids made it all the way out to the boonies. Oh, certainly. We had 2 presses, if you would believe, before the one got burnt down. Telephones and electricity, too. We don't want to make it too frightful out here for city people like you. They got you wrapped up in a scandal, Neil? Now there's the hot-blooded Neil I used to know. I really have been missing out.
Neil stared sternly, lips curled up as he finishes another chug of water. Then the bottom of his glass shuddered. Wait, thudded against the table.
Baseless accusations, of course. They couldn't make up enough lies about me to take me to court.
Jim sighed dramatically.
Dusty, dutiful Neil. I figured you'd insist upon going by the books.
Neil plucked a pipe from his pocket, carefully stuffed a bit of tobacco into the end, put it into his mouth and lit it.
You sound disappointed to hear that. Seems pointless to be a senator if you don't get caught up in a scandal or two. Perhaps that's why I can't enact legislation and you study rocks, old boy. Can't say I know the pleasure. We keep our noses clean enough. Especially if they never catch you, eh? Why not? After all, that seems to be the fantasy you want to entertain.
Ralph, behave.
Come now. I'm just another performer providing tonight's entertainment.
He makes a gesture at Reuben, who's in tears from laughing so hard, and Jim, he's wearing an undeniable smirk. As if on Ralph's cue, the piano picks up. A performer I've never seen before takes to the stage and starts to sing. She's pretty good, but the crowd is still talking amongst themselves, barely listening. Most of the audience members paying attention have eyes set on the backup dancers joining the stage. They aren't exactly wearing much. Flowing dresses with slips that show off a lot of leg.
Oh yeah.
Neil leans forward in his seat.
Finally, something easy on the eyes. Well, they're certainly women. Champ.
Yo, same for.
They are, in fact, women. Good on them. Good job, champ.
They most certainly are. The cat's leaning forward, too.
What's the matter, Neil? Are you saying our party isn't fair enough for you? It's fair enough for a party that serves only sausage, if you catch my drift. Perhaps all meat has flavor, if you get my drift. I suppose if you lived in a place like this, you'd be desperate enough to think so. I've never seen men in this county more... never seen more men in this county than my days in service, and that's quite a feat. The fattest wallets will empty quick enough if you're surviving on showgirls. Poor, proud Neil. We've shared girls before. Surely you weren't thinking about just her in those hasty moments. Scoundrel. I welcome the insult. I haven't even had my first drink yet. Then what'll it be? Let me have a look at their strongest gin. Ew, he likes gin. Gross.
You're not a gin man.
I do not like gin.
It's too strong.
It just tastes like licorice. And I hate that.
Oh my god, it's like someone liquefied some Twizzlers and put it in a cup.
Twizzlers taste different than licorice.
Yeah, but they're like cousins.
They are, but Twizzlers taste better than licorice. They have a better flavor. Way better flavor.
Yeah, I still wouldn't eat it.
Licorice is terrible, and black licorice is worse than regular licorice.
I guess that's what they had in that era, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's like why they ate fucking the circus peanut candies.
Yeah.
Shit's ass.
Yeah?
But they had what they had.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just bad.
It's fine.
It's just
fine.
bad.
It's like chocolate in America today.
Right. Chocolate is just copium. Like,
yeah. American chocolate's super cope.
People just like are, oh, Hershey. Hershey's. They're huffing that copium
God.
real hard. It's pretty good.
It like just tastes like chemical nonsense.
No.
Tastes awful.
That's why I just get like a Lindt or Ghirardelli, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What's available? That's what's available, you know.
Yeah.
Like I can't go to this.
Nestle is a pretty good brand for chocolate because they have an international chocolate recipe.
Right.
So
that's kind of cool, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's like I can't really go to the store and buy a Mars bar.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it do be that way.
Or favorites. We don't have favorites here. If you know, you know.
We don't have Lotte chocolate.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate.
No. To drink or to sip into. Oh my god.
Whichever you prefer to answer.
And he poured in a storm, right? I like this cat.
He's kind of great.
I'd fuck this cat. I wish he had a portrait.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad that we haven't seen them.
I don't think they've been made yet.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, I don't know if they will be.
Well, like, the first time that we met the sisters, they didn't have portraits.
And
like when I played, yeah.
Okay.
And the, in Cliff's Route, Sella and the bear, they didn't have portraits in that opening scene with them.
Okay, so maybe they'll have some portraits
like later on
down the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope so. Because they're cute enough.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But to answer both, something smooth. I'll be right back. I think I need some air. He looks a little queasy.
You're a bit off. Maybe you take it easy on any drinks.
I think I could use a break from all of this, too. Me too.
Don't go far.
He looks at the rat.
Do you need to join them? Not at all. I'm very comfortable right now. That's great to hear.
I hear their voices fading as I follow Murdoch's big tail through the crowds of people.
Now that I think on it, I think I know exactly the right talk bit for this bachelor party. And what's that? Religion.
Let's go!
Ralph really out here. He just fucking going for it.
Right? I love that he wakes up and chooses to make everyone else miserable.
Yeah.
He's like, what's that one line? God has given me another day, and I'm gonna make it everyone else's problem.
That's just Ralph. And you know what? I love it. I like Ralph. We stan.
I follow him until he runs into a wall of people and can barely walk. So I tug on his tail to get his attention. He flinches and swirls around, then breathes in relief when he sees me. You want to head up to my room? It's quiet there. He nods and I lead him up the stairs. Wow, okay.
Bold.
Sure.
Very bold.
Well, I think we'll end the part here.
Okie dokie.
So we'll see you around, everyone.